Well, good afternoon and welcome to First at 4. Kara Coleman, Amanda Post. We're so glad to be with you today. Thank you for joining us today. And I want to thank you for giving us a little leeway this week. If you do watch, you know that, that we've been off this week trying to process the news that we got about our dear Emily.
And I can hear that laugh.
Yeah.
You heard it a couple of seconds ago in that video. And yeah, we thank you for giving us a little bit of time, but in the next hour, we want to celebrate Emily. We want to celebrate her life. We want to celebrate that laugh. We've laughed with Emily
for years,
so many times here on set, off set, off air, and we want to share some of those memories with you. So the next hour is going to all be about uplifting those memories.
Right. We want it to be a joyous celebration of all the joy she brought to us.
Every day.
So we're going to welcome in first. We're going to start this hour welcoming in our news director, Scott MacDowell. And Scott, I just have to briefly say, because, you know, a lot of people spend a lot of time with us and know us well. You called us into an emergency meeting Monday morning, and we as a group were given the hard news. And so, you know, we were all dealing with this together, which was really special. And I just want to thank you for leading us through this week.
Toughest week of my career, hands down. Talk about a special person through and through. You guys know that. I couldn't ask for two better people to lead a 4 o'clock show and bring us through. Somebody like Emily Matson.
I know. And I think the community is so ready to celebrate Emily.
Yeah.
I mean, are you surprised by the outpouring of support? I mean, there's a mini memorial in our lobby just of Emily.
Yeah. Not at all. You know, and we talked about that, and we're used to covering the bad news.
Yeah.
But to stand in that newsroom and deliver it in-house to us.
Really tough.
You know, it's the reaction that we've had so far from everybody, community-wise, has just been overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it's been great to see. That's for starters. But to look at the faces of everybody in that newsroom, yeah, we could continue being sad. Everybody's crushed.
Yeah.
But when you think about Emily and her life and what she meant to this newsroom, I put in a Facebook post, Emily was such a huge part of the fabric of this newsroom.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what rings true to me. And it will always ring true to me with her. So we needed to kind of open up our doors, be transparent, and go, you want to see the real Emily Matson?
Yeah.
Well, we got the real Emily Matson right here, and man, oh man, do we have stories.
And all of today's tribute is in-house, so it's those who were Emily's work family. And obviously our deepest condolences go out to Emily's family, Emily's husband, Ryan. A lot of us have talked with them over the past few days.
Kids, little Emily.
We are as heartbroken as you are. Today's all about her work family, and we're going to share some of that with you for the next hour. So
it's been so much fun, you know, just to talk with you guys and reminisce and remember, you know, for that little bit of relief. You asked me the other day, what's the first thing I remember about Emily?
Yeah.
Very first thing. I walk into this building 5 years ago, and she's standing there with a dozen of eggs. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I own chickens, and I have chickens in my yard, but you're not going to get many of them because I have a fox that eats my chickens. And that's how it starts.
She loved those chickens.
Yeah, she did.
And then we roll out, we've got one on the deck, and there's a chicken in the deck. And this is Emily.
Was it her chicken? Did she
I don't know. I don't know.
But where the chicken came from?
But this is so typical Emily.
Yeah.
You know, she was one of the most difficult people to manage, and I love the fact that she was.
Yeah.
Because you need people like that in a newsroom. You need people that are going to challenge you,
There's the chicken.
question you, and there's the chicken.
that she
Emily,
brought
no, don't take the chicken out. No, whatever you do, don't.
she's hugging the chicken.
No, Emily, don't bring the chicken into the newsroom, which she did,
Yeah.
and then followed right up on the set, and off we go.
And I love how you said earlier that you never want to have to make an effort to dial someone up.
No.
Sometimes you had to pull Emily back, but you never had to get her passion going. ever.
No, she made the good days great and the bad days tolerable. And it's hard to find people like that. It really is. And that's why I'll miss her so much.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to come out here. I wasn't going to, know that her family and everybody's suffering so much. But we've got so many great stories.
Yeah.
This is a time to lift up. and remember those. And I am so grateful for you two, and that we're back on the air, to have you two sitting here to be able to shepherd over this,
Yeah, I know.
run this through.
When you told us of your idea, I just was dying on the inside, and I just was thinking, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
But these things are hard, but it's part of life, and you've got to figure out how to put one foot in front of the other. And we do. We want to honor her and honor her in the right way. So this is a great way to do it.
And I think in the first couple of days since we got the news, the first day was disbelief, and then the stories, and then it would be a laughter, and then it would be more stories. And I've heard from so many people, as our viewers know, Erie is a smaller television market, and we're getting new reporters. I have heard from so many of those past reporters over the past 3 days with the same story to share about Emily. She was so vibrant, and she was such a help to these new reporters coming in, these reporters who have no idea what they're doing. Emily always took them under her wing, always.
And we're going to talk a lot about that tomorrow. So today is our in-house family, our Lily family, the Lilies. And tomorrow we're going to have some community leaders come in, and one of them is going to be a former reporter that was here that really wanted to come. She's coming in from out of town to attend the funeral, but she really wanted to talk about Emily's mentorship and what that meant to her. So you've got 2 days of this ahead. You're going to hear from us, and then you're going to hear from those community leaders that loved working with Emily over the years as well.
Most certainly did. And then next week we're going to, it's been something we had planned for quite a while, but we're going to tackle mental health next week. We're going to talk about that. That's our plan for all of next week. So it's going to be a logical progression of our coverage.
Yeah.
But today's the day as we go forward, as we head toward Emily's arrangements, that we're going to celebrate her. I got to give you one last story, really quick. Too many times, Emily would coach people, talk to people, you name it, and I'd get the email, this is what I did, and I spelled this out, and this is how I helped this person, and on and on and on. I said, Emily, you're my Scud missile. Do you think that you could talk to me about that first? Maybe, just a little bit? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And then she went home and asked Ryan, Scott's calling me a Scud missile. And he goes, I don't think that's a good thing, because they go all over the place.
That was
And she
her.
comes back in the next day, hands on hips in my office going, that's not a good thing. And I said, yeah, you're right. But again, I wouldn't trade her in for the world.
know.
Because she would just grab it and run. And you need people like that.
Absolutely.
And so many lessons have been learned and taught by her.
Yeah.
I am grateful for the time that we had.
One more thing before we let you go and transition into our many guests today. We often joke that Kara and I have this super spidey sense and we coordinate our outfits. Today we did it on purpose.
It was planned.
Emily loved the Steelers, and she always wore yellow and black when the Steelers were playing. Now, Scott over here is a diehard Bills fan, and so it took all he could do to put on some black and yellow today.
I did my very best. I
But
put
he
my
did.
black and yellow on because
Thank you.
for the first time in 5 years, I listened to the two. So I most certainly did.
It is an
Lisa,
honor of Emily
Yeah.
today.
Yep, and tomorrow's going to be red.
Yes,
Tomorrow's gonna be
always
red.
wore red on Fridays. We're going to welcome in John Stalin here, but we do want to take you to some video of, I think, the times over the last couple of months that we really got to bond with Emily. This is called our green room. This is where we go before the show to do our hair and do our makeup.
Yeah.
And we always had the funniest times
We
in
did.
there.
We would do the mic exchange. She
Yep.
would be recording something right before our show, and she had my mic on, and
seen
so
this picture.
we would just kind of stand in there and chit chat a little bit. And that was a Friday. Look at
Yeah.
that, wearing her red. We're gonna wear red tomorrow in honor of veterans.
Yeah, we are.
In honor of Emily.
And
She
me-
loved her red dresses.
Eva and Emily always took a picture together at the Christmas party, so
Yeah.
I was having fun looking back at.
You look pregnant there.
I was.
I was gonna